Deep Dive Podcast, and I'm your host, Gamer Ernton D. We are gonna talk about the Golden State Warriors. So we mostly gonna talk about Game Three because I'm filming this podcast or recording this podcast before Game Four. So I'm mostly gonna talk about Andrew Wiggins and a little bit about the Warriors. Woo. Andrew Wiggins, I'm gonna say that posterizer on Luka Doncic was like what? I wasn't expecting that. All right, I saw him driving. I saw him driving, and he just dunked it on Luka. I was like, ooh, sheesh. I'm like, but I was like, oh my god. I'm like, watch your head, watch your head on Wiggins. Man, if Wiggins kept this up, man, he scored like 27 points, 11 rebounds, and that's a double double. But if Andrew Wiggins kept this up, I'm not mad like the dunking and posterizer. If he can do this in like a consistently, I'm gonna be amazed. He's gonna be like a he's gonna become a really good player because I think before the All Star game he was playing really well, and after the All Star game he kind of went to a slump. But Wiggins, man, are you kidding me with that dunk, that posterizer? I was literally surprised. If you didn't watch the game, they called like a offensive foul on Wiggins. Like, what? Sorry, but that's a posterizer. I'll say this: that's not like the best posterizer. As I think some people like debate about Brandon Davis dunking on AK-47 versus the Andrew Wiggins dunk. I think Brandon Davis is a little bit better because he's a point guard. He is shorter than Wiggins, but like the thing is, he's a point guard. Brandon Davis dunked on AK-47. If you don't know who is AK-47, is Andrew no Karolinko. He's like the best defender back then in like around the 2000s. Like he was the best defender, and then when Brandon Davis dunked on him, he was like, "What in the heck just happened there?" But yeah, um, what I'm gonna expect in Game Four is I'm gonna expect Dallas to be really aggressive. Like I don't know, really, because I'm expecting at like the last game was like they be aggressive and win that game. But no, what happened was the Warriors just win that game. So game four, I seriously don't know. Like I'm in a hand that I'm not gonna be surprised if the Warriors swept Dallas because I think Dallas' main issue is like they don't have they don't have what's it called a second star. Um, no one can help Luka Doncic except Spencer Dinwiddie, and the other players like Reggie Bullock. I said Reggie Bullock, and this is offensively. Offensively is you you have Reggie Bullock, Bertans, and that Finn. I think his name like Finn something Finland. I probably butchered his name. I'm really sorry about that. But those three players that I talked about is not consistent. It's not consistent. Like Reggie Bullock didn't even score. He played terrible at game three. Bertans, I think he had a bad game too. But even Max uh what's it? Maxi Cleva played terrible too. But the worst one was Reggie Bullock. But yeah, but the only thing I wish about the Warriors was like I wish Gary Payton II wasn't injured. Um, when that when that foul on what's it called? That foul on Gary Payton, and that was from like Dylan Brooks, I was really like, I was like, oh man, I'm like that sucks. Like I was I felt sad about that because like man, this is gonna be your time. This is like this was like your time to like show everything in the court, like in the playoff, because like in the playoff, it's like this is the time that you can shine and show what you get in the playoff. Because in a playoff setting is really difficult than in regular season. Because the regular season is like it's kind of easy, like at the end of the season. I think regular season it's kind of like in a um kind of like in a noble setting, and then in the playoff it's like a hard setting. That's like where you can show your skills and show how tough you are. And yep. And then the final thing is that Andrew Wiggins dunk should be like an NFT or something. Like I know this might be. I am not. I'm like that dunk is like amazing, and like I feel like it's gonna be like a NFT or that thing. It's not that like what's that called? Like you can buy the highlight of that. I'm like, I like man, how much is that highlighting? Because like you can buy highlights. And I found that amazing. I'm like, man, this is gonna be like a like this is definitely one of gonna be like one of the best posterizer in the playoff. And yeah, that's it, guys. If you like this podcast, just hit the like button. And if you're a new person, checked out this podcast, hit the subscribe button. And if you want anything more me to do, like basketball, um, anime, TV shows, or movie reviews, just leave it in the comments, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.